Today, we geek out about 40 Thieves. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Lee from Geek City USA here, and today we're going to talk about a game called 40 Thieves. Now 40 Thieves is coming soon to Kickstarter, and it's put out by the team at Jackbro, which is the same team that did Vikingar, which was on Kickstarter last year. Now, in 40 Thieves, you are a thief and you're trying to steal the most sapphires while avoiding the evil eyes. Alright, so let's start by talking about the presentation of the game. So let me say that for being a prototype, and that was very much a prototype, the cards were very high quality, and the card quality was going to be increased from what I understand in talking with the designers of the game. So I definitely think that the final release will be very nice if it's anything like what this prototype was. I also know that the evil eyes, obviously they were cubes in this game, and they're going to be more of a designed meeple, as well as I believe the sapphires are going to be different. But as far as the presentation of the game looked great. Having circular cards was something that was different, and I thought that helped the game stand out, and it kind of added to the whole vibe of the game. It made it feel fresh and feel different, so I was definitely a fan of that. All right, so let's talk about the gameplay. Now, full disclosure, I am not a fan of memory style games. They're usually way too much work for me when it comes to a game night. I like game nights, I just like to kick back and relax and not have to worry about the memorization piece. However, this game, the way it implements the memory mechanic is fantastic. So the backs of the cards, you'll see I had a sticker on it because the earlier prototypes were a little bit different. But the backs of the cards have a jar on it, and on that jar is a symbol as well as a color. So you know that in looking at those cards, it's either that color or that symbol, or it's a special card. So right there, that's kind of the helper boost that I need. Now, the thing that really drew me to this game was how much of a take that game that this could be. It's a game that makes it okay to steal from your friends, because you're going to play a card and you're going to want to steal a sapphire from them. And a lot of this game comes down to the final last wire of the game, the last few plays, because somebody who's leading the game can become a target, and you can totally draw out the game so that instead of taking the last sapphire, so you can try to maybe find a card that gets rid of your evil eyes, gives your opponent an evil eye, or steals some sapphires from them. So it was an awesome feel for a catch-up mechanic, but again, it added so much variety to the game with the special action cards and everything else in the game that I didn't feel like I was strapped down by a memory component. And I really, really enjoyed this game. I think this game is very accessible. I played it with my kids, I played it with gamers, and I played it with non-gamers, and full spectrum of gamers, from people who are heavily into games and people who just kind of dabble, and it's been well received by everybody. I think this is a game that you could pull out with your family at dinner time, with family you haven't seen, and I also think this is a game that you could play on game night or even in between heavier games. A game doesn't take long to play, and I typically never play one game of this when I sit down. I'll usually play 2 or 3 games in a row, just because there's so much noise at the table when you play it, because you start thinking you're gonna win, you get excited about flipping the cards, and if you're wrong, it's the and everybody else at the table laughs at you. But then there's also those attack cards, the action cards that let you kind of do things to your opponents, that it gets loud and it's a lot of fun. And truth is, every time I've played this game, I've had an absolute riot with it. So I definitely think that this game is worth checking out. The presentation is beautiful. The mock-ups of what the final version is going to look like looks great. There's a playmat that's going to be an option. And the gameplay is just a lot of fun. Again, I don't usually like memory games, and I really enjoy this game. All right, guys, that's it. This is Lee from Geek City USA. Thanks for hanging out with us. Be sure to like and comment and subscribe and check out our other videos, and I'd love to interact with you guys in the comments below. Once again, thanks for hanging out, and we'll check you out next time.